With the player choice and agent choice revealed, we can compare the blocks to determine the result. This process will involve a new coding concept, which we will get to shortly. For now, we will focus on cleaning up the play area and resetting so we can play and test again. You may have noticed that to test the function multiple times, you needed to press the reset button in the build area. Let's write the code to have the agent reset the game for us instead. To reset the play area, let's make yet another function called reset. If you're finding that your workspace is getting cluttered by the function definitions, you can collapse the function blocks with the up arrow next to the function name and move them off to the side. If you ever want to see the code inside a collapsed function definition, you can click the down arrow button to expand it. In this function, we'll make the agent destroy the player's block and the agent's block. Let's use agent destroy from the agent folder and set it to up. Duplicate it and set the second one to down. After destroying the blocks, we will have the agent move back down to the ground with an agent move block that we set to down. Now that our reset function is defined, what needs to happen next? Let's call the reset function in our chat command. Don't forget that you have to call functions after defining them to make the code run in your program. Before we test our reset function, let's consider one more thing. After the player and agent make their choice, let's make sure the player has enough time to see the agent's choice before we reset the game. If you recall from our parkour game, which had torches acting as a timer, the code can run pretty fast, so we had to use a pause block. Let's return to the reset function definition. At the start of our reset function, we can add a pause block so that the player has a couple of seconds to see what blocks were chosen and mentally determine the result before the agent destroys them. 2000 milliseconds, or 2 seconds, should work, but you can adjust this to your preference. We don't need to make any changes to the function calls in the onChat command. This is one of the advantages to using functions. Different sections of code are nicely organized. To change just one part of a function, we only need to look at a small section of code and figure out what to change. It's a lot easier than trying to find the right area in a long list of code blocks. Let's test our code to make sure the reset function is working properly. In this video, we created a function to reset our game. In our next video, we will program our agent to detect the blocks that have been placed and declare a winner.